In the grim dark future there's no time for fun, but when the day's battles are said and done, John, Danny, and Dickie are here for a laugh. In a galaxy torn, they're the ones with the craft. It's grim after dark, where the bolters spark, where dreadnoughts nap and orcs embark. Tune in, grab a pint, and don't be late for tales of heresy and a healthy debate.
Yeah, copyright strike that, YouTube. Welcome to Grim After Dark. The most important place to be on this particular Tuesday night. Danny is busy tonight. And then, so yeah, it's just me and Dickie. Come on in, Dickie. I'm going to give you the worst intro of all time. You're
okay. I'm
desk.
behind. No, I'm behind the desk. I'm behind the desk. Nothing to see here.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Danny is working tonight, so can't come in.
Yeah.
One can assume. Dickie, do you know why today is so important?
No.
I'm going to tell you, it's something political.
Oh. Something to do with Canadian politics, obviously?
No, it's Guy Fawkes Day at night. So in the UK, Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament the 5th of November. And
how do you celebrate that?
Oh, dude, it's amazing. So you make a big bonfire.
Yeah.
And then you take a little scarecrow effigy of Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
And then you put him on top of the bonfire. This usually happens at a church or a school. And then you burn it. And then you watch the bad man burn.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. That's actually pretty interesting. Yeah.
It's very fun. And fireworks and all kinds of fun stuff like that. I'm sad we haven't had that here. But understandable. But yeah, welcome to Grim After Dark. Do we all play 40K around here? Nah. Yeah, thank you for answering that, Dickie. Yeah, this is not a 40K show. This is a 40K show. And we have some good things tonight. So we are going to get to today last week's completely accurate Warhammer lore. We have a few questions I perused off of Reddit. Dickie and I are going to be answering that are tangentially Warhammer related, Nurgle Matt. So thank you for bringing that up. And then, we just have that empty TV screen.
It is really sad. Here. Oh boy, what do I do?
We'll figure something out.
Fill for time.
And then I also have a brand new game that is either going to be, in my mind, it's incredibly funny. But then again, that is my mind. But we're going to start off this week with a comment of the week brought to you again by our friends at Frontline Gaming. Buy all of your stuff from them for a discount on brand new Games Workshop models or from their secondhand store. Use the code below or the link below, and we'll get cash from it too. So it's a win-win.
I love that you cut off the whole one side of it. That's really great that you did that.
Yeah, I did. I did a fantastic job of the slideshow this week. I think that's important to know. So I'm going to try and read this here. But this was a comment on last week's video. It says, guys, I have a brave take. I dislike teams vehemently. I find that format in general was developed to cope / have fun with an imbalanced game. Now that the game balance is being taken seriously, I worry that singles, the core form of enjoying the game, will lose popularity. If the most popular YouTube 40K channel keeps saying teams is the best, singles is too random, which will, of course, destroy people's ambitions to play the game in general. Not even mentioning the obsession with list critique without speaking about the game states beyond, oh, yeah, you can't do anything against the wait for the points increase. I know Danny dislikes teams. I think he's talked in a few episodes briefly about the clickiness of it, but hazy memory. I think Danny quite enjoys teams. I think
actually he does. I think he's kind of slightly changed his tune, but
it's the clickiness he enjoys. Weirdly enough, the ability to exclude others.
Yeah, I've heard this same sentiment a few times, and while I understand, I was before 4 years ago, I was generally a singles bad player, not a good player, bad player.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for me, teams is a better way to play ultimately because I enjoy the format. I still enjoy singles. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think you can do both.
I do want to point out your slight bias as head coach of a team 40K players. So you may be a little biased in your opinion there.
I agree to disagree. Sure. Yeah. No, I'm head coach of Team Canada.
That's
But
fair.
also, I really do, and keep in mind that WTC has a giant singles event before the team event. So
You know what's crazy to me is no one really talks about that. Other than, oh, that guy won. Cool.
yeah, so it's actually quite interesting. So last year, the one of the French, the guy that brought the Black Templar list that got nerfed into the ground quite recently, he brought that list and literally destroyed the competition at like a 700 person event, and then he went to play another like 8 rounds of teams after that. So no, man, like I think what you generally find is some of the better players in the countries tend to play on the teams as well. So it is very good quality 40K. So
I think so. The pool for some of the better players as well is the known quantity almost to it, where you know what you're doing and you sort of have the group of people you're with, and maybe it's a more select because there's not a lot of random teams, and generally it's people that practice put it together. So I feel the quality of opponent is a bit better, but maybe that's just
I think the whole the quality of the event as a whole and the competition is way better. I think the other thing for me anyway, like I was very into team sports, and playing 40K was pretty solitary and very lone wolf, if you would. And I found that the teams format kind of gave me that team the outlay that I was really hungry for, being part of a community, being part of a group. Yeah. So.
Just notice as well, the commenter here on Sunday, he's in our chat right now, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm here." I do want to pick it apart a little bit here. You said in your comment, if the most popular YouTube 40K channel keeps saying teams is the best and singles is too random.
We haven't said that.
Right, fair. Play on tabletop, which is one of the biggest. Was
it Play on Tabletop? No, it was Art of War, wasn't it?
But Play on Tabletop's a bigger channel. What I'm saying,
it is a bigger channel, and they're predominantly singles, actually.
Yeah, narrative singles. Could expand your mind, your horizons, right there. All right, what we got next here?
What do we got?
Just play the way you want to play.
Oh,
it's all fun.
God, what?
Yeah, look at this wall of text.
Oh God!
Not happy enough just destroying Dickie your view about singles 40K. This is a rant about competitive 40K and how competitive the cancer killing 40K.
Oh my God!
Refill your wine, sit back, and ready here. The competitive 40K match is not the same as a normal match. They are entirely different games by entirely different mindsets. And right now, GW seems to be favoring the competitive scene because they will buy any model that gets them 1 point more in some competitive acronym. Which, by the way, no notes on that. Some competitive acronym is the most dismissive way of referring to any tournament, and I sort of love it more than anything else. It's effectively worthless to people wanting to have fun. So every game must now be hyper optimized. Every match must now have units I'd never dream of bringing, or units I just don't care to bring or find fun.
Okay.
Comments so far, Dickie? This is paragraph 1.
So I mean, so he's basically bitching that like he has to bring units that are quote unquote more competitive, and he'd just rather not bring them. But I mean, really, like what are those? Like, oh, I have to bring these intercessors. I don't want to bring them. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know.
Can I shock you? I think this is just a shit player who's tired of losing.
Yeah.
So he says, in fact, you competitive players already just gamed this in your head. If you think it's safer to play a few units on a board and try for primaries and outscore the reservists, proving my point that even if it's ridiculous, you're willing to play it. I'm going to stop off here. I am 100% on board with playing ridiculous shit, and I'm not competitive. I'm being... Sorry, go, yeah.
So I want to talk to you about Team Canada's prep for last year. So we had a player
Is this
testing.
another pro teams post in this singles?
No, we were playing the most meme shit ever. So we were playing like some player was taking 2 monoliths at one point. 2 monoliths, John. Okay. Yeah. Then we had one player arguing that 2 tiger sharks was better than 1 tiger shark at one point as well. And we held him down, and he only brought 1 tiger shark. So I don't know. I think having some weird skew stuff, I'm not going to swear yet, is a good thing in singles and teams.
I would label myself as a mid-tier competitive player, where I'm not going to win majors, but I'm not going to be bottom table. So I'm kind of right in the mid there. I solely bring like meme shit for my list. Like my Blood Angels list I'm doing right now is how many jump packs can I fit in 2,000 points? And that's sort of the headspace I was in when I went list writing. I wasn't like, are Sanguinary Guard good? I'm like, oh, so that can get around the rule of 3 on Assault Intercessor jump packs. And just kind of going from there. He says here, and I'm going to kind of condense a lot of this here because it repeats quite a bit. I'm being forced into playing a 40k I don't want to. I'm being told everything is suboptimal, and in a time when Guard are locked into one specific type of list to do well in a competitive scene, I've just been suffering. It only gets worse, and the competitive mindset is cancer. So I feel this person.
You don't have to play like that if you don't really want to.
Oh, but you don't have people showing up at your house be like, yeah, we're playing 40k now.
Right. But I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, you don't have to play the meta stuff. Like, that's not a requirement. You can play whatever you want. Just expect that if you're not playing the meta unbelievable stuff, then, it's going to be a harder road to victory.
Yeah. And then the complaints kind of go in here about how he's mad he has to take Rogel Dorns instead of Lehman Russes because they're better. So I just don't think he wants to buy Rogel Dorns. He wants to put points into infantry, but instead it's being told to just run small 10-mans to grab objectives and die and only use vehicles. Let me tell you, the fun of flooding a deployment zone with infantry models, especially current meta, is very fun. And Dorian Bradshaw in chat is incredibly right. Just play fun lists.
Yeah.
You're not having fun, and because you're playing lists that you don't want to play. And if you're putting that much of an emphasis on winning and losing, it doesn't matter. But there's someone from 5th edition who is kind of, In our group, we have one mega competitive player / meta chaser. He's yet to lose in our entire group, potentially cheating, but not proven. It's always good to throw the personal attack in there too. He's super friendly and likes to give us advice. However, this advice is basically make entirely different lists than what you want to play. So, but I guess if you're going to him and saying, "Hey, can this go to a tournament?" and he's like, "No,"
no.
That's a little bit of a heavy start to this.
It was. Where's the goddamn comedy? Listen, man. At the end of the day, play what you want. Listen, I played a game last week. I played, if anyone remembers, the Dread guys. So those are the reduction in leadership and make you do leadership shenanigans. It is not a good detachment. I had a blast playing it. So you know what, man? Play what you want. If you want to be competitive, play competitive. If not, just play what you want.
We have Jake in chat here as well saying, I find I do way better when I play what I want versus trying to find the best amount of X amount of players playing the same meta list. I agree.
And the surprise factor is kind of a big deal too, right? Like, oh, surprise, this is what my stuff does. And versus, oh, I played that same Space Marine army for the last 10 games.
I tell you, I played that Annihilation Legion Necron list, which was just 30 flayed ones, and it was all trash. When the points changes happened in July, that list went down 200 points. That's how bad everything was in it. But I had a great amount of success with it because I liked running it. The units did what I wanted them to do. And I could play the game how I wanted to play it, which was just endless waves of runts into people and just holding objectives. But Don't let people tell you how to play.
Yeah.
This guy, be nice.
Do what you want.
Let's go to. I have a question for you here that I found from a couple months ago on our Space Marine on Reddit. It says here, I'm completely new to Warhammer 40k. What the fuck is this? Dickie, what is that baby with wings?
Well, you know what? You pretty much hit the nail on the head, John. It's a mutilated baby with wings that they added a whole bunch of electrical bits, and now it just flies around doing your bidding.
Yeah. It's perfect. And I like that it has a mechanical hand, which makes me think there is a supply store in some Forge world of just
baby mechanical hands.
Mechanical baby arms.
No.
So that just means, the Mechanicus can play the best prank of just fitting like a Primaris Marine with a baby arm. It's fantastic.
Grilled Pickle in chat's really frustrated with this. I'm here. I'm not. What's all this meta chasing talk? I'm here to learn about the election results. Oof. Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, there's a reason we decided to plow ahead tonight.
Yeah.
That's a cherub. It lets you shoot again in game. But
not what else? Is that what it does? I think, doesn't it do it gives you an extra miracle dice activation in Sisters as well, I think.
Yeah.
I don't play those dirty sisters, so
no. Really to be accurate, the baby should really reduce the amount of the sisters. Next up.
Yeah.
Dickie, and this is just random questions I found on Reddit about Warhammer, and I'm hoping you can help out here.
Sure.
This one here is, I tried looking it up, but can't seem to find what it is / means, which is, what is the Warhammer in Warhammer 40k?
What is the Warhammer in Warhammer 40k?
You know, the Warhammer in Warhammer Fantasy is Galmaraz, right?
That's
so
Galmaraz.
what is the Warhammer in Warhammer 40k?
It's just like a stock standard Thunderhammer, is it not?
Doesn't seem particularly special, does it?
I don't know.
Like Warhammer 40k or named after.
I'm trying to like. There's no real cited like Warhammer, right? Like the Emperor has a sword. Horus had like a hammer thing, but like it's not really like super popular.
I think they're called maces. Worldbreaker was a mace.
A mace.
But Mace Hammer 40k.
Yeah, it's just probably the naming, because Fantasy came first. So they were just, I guess they just gave up on the name and were like, you know what? Just call it Warhammer 40k.
I looked it up. That's exactly right. That is
exactly. Yeah. See?
Moving on. This is a year ago. This was during the great GW Warhammer.com reinvention, which, by the way, Dickie, thank you. I also got a gift voucher in my email.
Did you?
I did.
I haven't used mine yet.
I used mine. Guess what it is?
It turns out there's not a lot that you can buy from Warhammer for $20. I don't know if you knew that.
No. I spent way more than $15. Look at this ASMR right there.
So they got you, is what you're saying.
So I bought Sanguinary Guard because they have jump packs.
Like the new ones? The new ones?
The new ones, yeah. And then I bought a chaplain with a jump pack.
Ooh.
Taking my total Sanguinary Guard retinue to 18.
That seems like a lot. That's a lot of guys.
Memeless, Dickie. We just talked about this.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be pretty in gold, my friend.
And I'm just going to be able to do my best, Dennis Reynolds, and be a golden god, and I'm just going to scream at my opponent. They are 5-star men. That's my entire reason for taking it. Anyway, this picture came from that Warhammer website when it first launched, and we were all complaining about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It says here, on my phone, anytime I visit the Games Workshop site, no miniatures, no artwork, just a guy in a gray shirt looking down at his hand. Dickie,
yeah.
What's in his hand?
It's got okay, so I would say his last couple dollars as he spends all his money at GW, but it's probably he's probably willing those goddamn hateful dice to roll what he needs is probably what they are.
It's actually cocaine.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, because he he wanted to pay for his miniatures, but it was like less money than a whole bag, so he just had to dump a handful out the counter. And that's why the GW staff at the stores are so animated when they're telling you about new product.
What are you working on these days? So what are you working on?
What are you working on?
Working on? I love that they have set lines because I always go in. So I have a local one, and I always go in and go, okay, is this going to be the what are you working on, or what are you painting lately?
Luckily, my local GW store now, the manager, she's fantastic and remembers me after like 4 visits. Probably not by name because, yeah, that's crazy. But never asks me those questions.
Oh man, you got a slacker. You better report her to head office.
No, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. But yeah, piles of cocaine in that guy's hand right there. That's how you pay for stuff now.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Next up, this came off of Twitter for Carl Baum Respecter. He said, at a certain age, 16 through 21, one must rid himself of all childish things. Throw away the toys, children's books, video games, and embrace adulthood. Get real hobbies. Read real books. Do something worth remembering. Stop playing Warhammer video games and grow up. Dickie, when are you growing up?
I don't think I'll ever grow up.
No?
No. Why does he specify Warhammer?
That was always really funny. What I really like here, by the way, is at a certain age, 16 through 21, you get rid of, I think that was literally the ages where I stopped playing 40K. Was like 16 through 21, and then I came back to it. So maybe he's just talking about that 5-year gap, which, because I think everyone took of our generation took like a gap, right?
Oh yeah. When I went to university, like there was no Warhammer. Like you can't bring a girl up to your room. And
no,
it's gonna work out.
As soon as I realized girls were interested in me, like it was a done thing.
It was a done deal.
Yeah. It's like bye. But yeah, also I just wanted to put this up because don't let people tell you what's fun and what's not.
Yeah.
My wife and I enjoy Bluey, and we've watched it without our child.
I actually really enjoy Bluey as well.
Really good.
Yeah.
This is a total aside, and there go Matt, you're gonna love this because it has nothing to do with Warhammer. I'm going to my first concert in real America tomorrow night, and it is. I've been in this area where Metallica has been. Modest Mouse have just played. Green Day. Like Amigo the Devil playing the end of the month that I'm really excited about, but I don't think I can go. But tomorrow night, I'm going to go see Danny Go.
Danny Go.
Yeah, he is a musician who makes music for children age 5 to 8 to encourage them to move. But he has some sick bass drops that I actually quite enjoy. So yeah, don't let people tell you what to enjoy. I think this is the second time that theme's come up tonight, Dickie.
Yeah.
This next one is a question for you, Dickie. Were Warhammers 1 through 39,999 any good? Thinking of getting into 40K, but I might play through the series first.
I would skip literally up until 30K. And there's some cool Thunder Warrior stuff, so you could probably like you probably hit it really hard at like 29K.
29K.
But like 30K was decent. 30 is decent.
Warhammer 2 is just like a bunch of.
Was it just fantasy? Is it just it's just fantasy editions up for like until like 9?
There's no vehicles. You want to avoid Warhammer's 1914 through 1918 if it's all possible.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
It gets pretty hairy.
That's a real tough time. Yeah.
That's when like they try to artificially inflate army sizes and got rid of the horses. It didn't work out so well when these them there.
That was stupid edition where the planes did a game on the sideboard or something. Oh, that was the worst.
Death from the Skies was a really cool concept that people overreacted to. If you're not familiar, back in 6th edition, 7th edition, somewhere around this time, Death from the Skies was a supplement where you could play air battles concurrently at a different table. And the idea was like, oh, you're going to make us do this for flyers? Or if it's like, no one's making you. Like, no one makes you do urban conquest, and no one made you do all the like planetary empires. It was just a different way to play, and it was a lot of fun. And then the funny thing is, people complaining about it were the same people who, in their youth, had one Battlefleet Gothic game affecting a game of 40K on a tabletop. And then they had, like, you know what I mean? It was multiple connected things, and they thought it was the coolest thing. But when GW tried to do it, they didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up, Dickie, this is for you. In the grim darkness of the far future, where did babies come from?
They come from exactly the same place they came from in the not so far future. It's just more. I think it's less romantic, probably. It's more of a task than anything else. So, yeah.
Demon Kubis as well. Next up, this was from Cursed Tumblr. Warhammer 40K is either the gayest straight piece of media or the straightest gay piece of media. There is no heterosexual explanation for some of the shit.
Oh, okay.
Discuss. Is Warhammer the gayest straight piece of media or the straightest gay piece of media?
Wow, that's loaded. That's a loaded statement, friend.
Question, not a statement.
It's probably the straightest gay piece of media, right? Am I wrong?
There is nothing homosexual about a bunch of muscular men only clubs.
Where
You try to introduce a woman, and it's just like, no, not in my very straight buff muscle boy club.
So this was done 1 year ago.
It was.
It appears the hitch and the giddy up. There's female custodians. No.
Oh yeah. Painter's place in chat saying yes, which I think is the best answer to that question. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no girls allowed.
No girls allowed. Damn you.
Yeah. Dickie, next up. So you're into Warhammer.
Oh.
Tell me a fact about 40K that most people don't know.
Fact about 40K that most people don't know. So I think I've said this so many times, and thank God we only have 2 listeners. So
thank God.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
So for yeah, thanks, Mom. The thing for me is, I think Abaddon is being talked to by the Corpse Emperor, and I think Abby is being told a lot of weird secrets. I think in Black Legion, you caught some of that when he's sitting on the asteroid, just staring off into space.
Like he's just like, your dad was kind of a dick.
Well, it's more of like, kill me.
Why won't they let
just kill me? That would be. Just imagine how epic of a friggin' story that would be. Abby just comes rolling in with like all the legions, and his goal is just to go up there and kill the Emperor so he can be reborn. Man, that would be awesome.
Only if you got the shot of him sitting on the golden throne afterwards.
Abby?
Yeah, just pushes
just grabbing the corpse and just throwing it to the side.
Oh yeah. Castro, beautiful. That's good. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people knew that.
Yeah.
No, Dickie, it's time for the segment you've been looking forward to the least tonight. It's time for some completely accurate Warhammer lore.
Okay, great.
You can hit a bumper. You go. It's totally up to you.
Wait. Do I have that? I forgot how lame this bumper was.
Yeah, thank you. That was very smooth, very easy going.
I wonder if we're going to get copyrighted on that that bumper. I can't wait for that.
No way, we'll see. We'll find out. Time for completely accurate Warhammer lore, guys. We are lore masters. There's nothing Dickie likes more than sharing his knowledge about Warhammer 40K. We are about to discuss a very important topic, and in order to help us describe this event, place, or thing, the wonderful people on our Discord have shared a bunch of pictures to help us describe this person, place, or thing. Tonight, Dickie, you want to go to the next slide? We are going to be talking about the Horus Heresy.
Wow. Okay.
Seminal event in Warhammer. Epic piece of lore that's pretty much been there since the start, since Rogue Trader. Dickie, you feel pretty confident, pretty well versed in that?
I'm gonna do better than Val used to do.
Perfect.
But not as good as Danny, because his sharp wit always gets him ahead of the game.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to our first picture so we can help describe this.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So Dickie, how does this picture relate to the Horus Heresy?
Well, clearly this is a Space Wolf chapter going to battle. You can notice just quite frankly about how furry they are.
Yep. So
yeah.
this is really reminiscent of the Council of Nicaea, where they helped the Lost Psychers.
That's right.
This is actually, sure, man. More accurate Warhammer law. That's far better. New bumper next week. So this is the Council of Nicaea, where they voted to ban Psychers, which helped turn Magnus to the side of the Chaos Gods.
Yeah, you can't see it, but Magnus is behind them in the water.
Because he's just been thrown out.
Thrown away, yeah.
Beautiful. All right, next up here. So the Council of Nicaea is really important than that. Next up, we have Urkel. Dickie, what does Urkel represent to the Horus Heresy?
Well, clearly, this is a Primarch. This is quite honestly the only Primarch this could be. John, do you know the name of the Primarch?
This Primarch is actually Robu Guilliman.
Well, yeah, okay. So Robu Guilliman. I guess this was maybe a time where Rabute was maybe a bit intoxicated, because the Primarchs obviously can get just wicked drunk all the time at a sleepy party. Yeah.
Or here, it's actually Robu Guilliman. When the Emperor is like, "Why the fuck did you make a second Imperium?" And he did. Did I do that? Because Guilliman created a new Imperium because yours is kind of bad. This is him receiving his punishment for our censure from the Emperor. Or maybe it's the word bearer dude, Lorgar, getting his censure, seeing all of his statues get destroyed.
I read a Horus Heresy book, and believe it or not, the Salamander Primarch, his name is, because I can't remember it at the current moment.
Steve.
Who? What? Wow. What?
Steve.
It's not Steve, you son of a gun. What's his name? What's his goddamn name? Salamanders.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
It's not Agrax Agatone. That's his bro.
That's the 40K guy.
Yeah. Oh my god. I have no idea. Anyway, clearly this is when
Vulcan.
he was Vulcan. Oh, for God's sakes. It was hurting my small little brain. This was when he was being tortured. If you remember, he's being tortured by the Primarch of the Jesus Christ. The Night Lords. He was being tortured by him and killed multiple times. This is just one of those death montages.
Yeah, it could be that. That's a strong case.
Conrad Curse,
or it's just Angron being trapped in another goddamn maze because he keeps this.
Oh, poor Angron. Or it could be the Phoenician. I knew the fancy name. Just getting wicked drunk at a party. No big deal.
It's definitely representative of the Primarch's important part of the Horus Heresy. Next up,
a few of them.
We have
Aerosmith. Nice.
Yeah, no, this is the main characters from the movie Airheads. You have Steve Buscemi, you have Brendan Fraser, and is that Adam Sandler back there?
That's young, skinny Adam Sandler. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at that one muscular arm he has. What do these fine gentlemen represent in a law way?
In law?
Yeah, lore accurate Warhammer.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is just an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Mournival. These are the main members of the Mournival.
So let's go through. Which one we have? Little Horace where? Which one is kind of the
Well,
spitting
Little
image of
Horace,
Horace?
Little Horace has to be Adam Sandler. That only makes sense.
Of course. Why would it be anyone else?
That's what I'm saying.
so your point of view, your horse, you just got stabbed by a knife. You wake up, you look up, and this is the first thing you see.
This is what you see.
Is
These
your
guys
marble.
just looking at you real weird. Yeah, Abaddon's got to be Brendan Fraser in the middle,
Yeah,
right? Only makes sense.
I think
who would-
Chris Angel's dad is on the.
Oh, it's Steve Buscemi, isn't it?
Looks like the mind freak guy.
The mind freak guy. Man, they look so sultry though. I'm really
They do. I feel very aroused right now.
oh dear.
Move on before we get more musically here.
Yep.
And again, well, I asked for pictures from our Discord to accurately describe Warhammer lore. Someone sent us a KISS concert poster for the Rochester Dome Arena.
Yeah.
With all 4 members of KISS on that. I have a feeling about what this represents here and how this. Ahead. Yeah. So this is the Emperor's Children's when they had their
party,
their theater kids party.
Yeah.
And that's what it was here. And I bet there was a poster just like that. And little known fact, that Emperor's Children's theater kid party was at the Rochester Dome Arena. Just wasn't Sunday, October 5th, because KISS had it booked already.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It was the week after, maybe.
Yeah, it was absolutely after. Next up, we have this beautiful, beautiful boy.
Oh,
again, I want to thank our wonderful Discord for sending these pictures. This is your Wish.com Terminator.
Yeah, this is what's going on with the hands. They're haunting.
So we've talked about this before at length. Terminator proportions get people riled up. So chat, calm down here. I believe his arms and the elbows, and those are just extensions, but it just makes him look like he's sulking.
Yeah, he looks really sad.
What happened in the heresy to make this Terminator sulk?
Well, he's an Ultramarine, so there's a lot of listen. If you didn't know, the Ultramarines go through just such a bunch of bullshit at the start of the Horus Heresy. Their Primarch gets beat up real good. Then he goes on a revenge tour. Yeah, he go on a revenge tour. Apparently, you learn that they can like jump through space, like the Star Wars lady.
He's Princess Leia. Yeah, he's like Warhammer Leia.
Yeah, pretty much. This guy's just seen some shit, John. He's seen some shit. Yeah,
he's haunted.
Yeah, he's haunting.
Maybe it's a Thousand Suns Terminator.
Maybe he's just really upset because his shoulder protectors aren't actually protecting his shoulder. They're protecting the side of his neck. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great attempt at cosplay. It's the scale the I love the most, the skull in the center and the arms.
The scale.
Yeah, grilled pickle. This is like a Timu reject. Much like the word bearers in the Horus Heresy.
Be nice.
Next up, this was submitted. I don't know why. Again, this is not a picture. This is a news article about a top politician caught shoplifting again. I think this is pretty easy to kind of weave into the heresy. Who was the top politician caught shoplifting?
Who in the Horus Heresy got caught shoplifting? John, you clearly have this on lock. You can let me know.
Oh, that's what we're passing now. So this is obviously Malkador, right hand of the Emperor.
But what did Malkador shoplift?
So many things, whole people, whole detachments of things. He was just like, I'm just going to take you guys and put him in his like prison pocket, which is what they call robes in the 41st millennium or the 31st millennium. And then he tried to steal a crippled guy's chair at the end.
He needed to use it in order to, and he died doing it.
Yeah, justice served.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, so yeah, that's Malkador. But coming up next here, I think we have Horus himself.
Happy birthday.
This obviously represents Horus not getting a birthday present. You might notice he's by himself and he's alone, showing off the daddy issues because no one showed up to his birthday party. And he's an old dinosaur.
See, I was going to say that this represents the lion.
Oh, yeah. Sherman and Chet. Thank you for reminding me. And Malkador stole the moon of Titan. Technically,
I don't know if he stole. He just hit it. He hit it so no one can see it.
So if I go into a store and I hide something so no one can see it, then
that's not stealing.
Okay.
You just misplaced it in the store.
I didn't misplace it. But yeah, this is the reason behind the heresy is the Doofenshmirtz-esque rise of Horus, where neither of his parents showed up at his birth. And then, yeah, he wanted to get his revenge.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of lonely child kind of excerpts in the Horus Heresy. Like literally every Primarch had like a daddy issue kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
you think they get old after the first 17, but no,
they just keep writing them. Let's keep writing them.
Keep on going. It's a nice trope. Our penultimate Horus Heresy picture here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Dickie, I know you have this one on lock.
Yeah, good one. So this is this is clearly Angron.
Clearly.
So Angron, he's like this is him fucking freaking the shit out. The
Emperor on the right hand side.
Yeah, the sultry lady on the right side is the Emperor, and they are just gonna be. I'm taking you up there where you're not doing your whole coup thing anymore. You're coming with me. And that's Angron just freaking out. That's what that is.
Yeah. Right before he got trapped in another maze, which keeps on working.
The goddamn maze. He's not a smart man. No.
Very angry man.
Very angry.
And our final picture representing the heresy here is kind of relates to the ultimate battle at the end.
You die in real life. Oh man,
Dickie, that's a factually correct statement.
Well, yeah, but that's like you can't. It's not specific to Canada.
This slide is. Are you saying if you die in Canada, you don't die in real life?
Okay, so here's a Canadian versus American question because we know those hit the chat really loves the women.
Yeah.
Those. They don't.
Either none of us here are American. Yeah.
Yep. So is that in your opinion, is that ham or is that Canadian bacon?
That is ham.
That's right. That is ham. That's not Canadian bacon.
No. And hot take, I can say this because Danny isn't on the show tonight. American bacon is trash.
Whoa.
Not a fan.
Oh boy. Well, all 2 viewers are gonna leave now. Thanks.
Well, now we're down to 1 because my mom is in a different country and she agrees with me.
She also agrees with the whole American bacon debacle. What's specifically about the American bacon do you not like? Is it thin? Is it not good?
It's thin. It's light on meat. It's very fatty. You have to almost burn it to a crisp in order to eat it. And I prefer good old British bacon.
Thick slice. Yeah, I'm a thick bacon guy.
Thick slice.
Yeah.
Thick slice boy. Oh, yeah. Grilled Pickle is out of here. He is a bacon aficionado.
Sorry, buddy.
But yeah, that is all you need to know about the Horus Heresy. In about
God, you haven't cooked it right. That's funny.
Oh, but yeah, that's everything you need to know about the Horus Heresy in 30 minutes or less, actually. If you have any historical documents you want to share with the show, please let us know in our Discord. Post your pictures there, and we'll be sure to explain why that is. You doing okay? Yeah.
Yep. Great.
And we'll explain why that's lore accurate Warhammer reference photos. I saw this next on personally at Catholic TV. It says,
yes,
the Vatican has unveiled the official mascot for the Holy Year 2025, Luca, Italian for light. Says the mascot was inspired by the church's desire to live even within the pop culture so beloved by our youth. So the church has got itself a little anime girl. Dickie, along the lines of this, what's Games Workshop releasing in 2025 to capture the pop culture market of the youth?
Well, they are releasing it for children. Maybe that'll do it.
It would be really funny if they said they're releasing Emperor's Children, and it's just a bunch of 5-year-old models of 5-year-olds.
Exactly.
It's the Emperor's Children.
Yeah, and Fulgrim's like the giant anime with a sword, like clearly along like a samurai sword. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, man. Like, Jesus. Like everything GW puts out is like just like nostalgia / like unbelievable bait, right? So
3 words.
Yeah.
K-pop supergroup.
No, it's not like a kill team.
No. Like K-pop. They're going to release an album of K-pop, Korean pop music.
And
purely promoting their products.
Yeah.
And if you watch the new intro to your show, you know I have an AI capable of generating
I know you do.
K-pop. Yeah, well, it's perfect. Well, just next week's Frontline ad will be the K-pop Frontline Gaming. Who's going to stop us? Kicker. But yeah, I think a K-pop supergroup is going to come out of GW next year. And it's going to be Joel Atkins asking, why does that avatar look like the priest touched it? Look at the finger placement, my dude. He absolutely has.
Oh, Jesus.
But she has a weapon. She has a stick. So, the youth are armed at least. Next up here, this one, Dickie, is a little bit more familiar to you. This comes from the old world.
Okay. This one?
Nope. You are so... There you go. There you go.
Okay.
I've got a simple question for you here, Dickie. What's the most offensive stereotype on this slide?
Oh, boy.
Is it the chained up, partially dressed lady sticking a foot in the air?
Well, that's a Vampire Coast undead vampire pirate.
Yeah, in the sun. Is it
hanging out?
The Hispanic lizard people? Is it the rat man dressed up like he's from the Middle East?
The Spanish conquistador stealing the gold?
Yeah. What's our most offensive thing on this picture here?
Wow. There's okay, so what am I more offended by? I would imagine the Spanish guy holding the booze up to the naked lady would probably be like up there, I guess, to the offense level.
I didn't even notice that one there. Yeah, he's just cheering her on.
It's just like, yeah, baby. I would imagine that's the one, but like, I mean, the skinks are just going to eat that vampire, and that's not going to taste good, guys.
No, they don't have junk, so they're not going to do anything else. So yeah, it doesn't work.
That's nothing going.
Yeah. Next up here, we have this beautiful pumpkin that someone made for Halloween. I wasn't meant to show last week. Didn't quite work. It is the happiest orc, or is it? As the next slide shows, the pumpkin was
pumpkin pie
turned into an imperial pumpkin pie.
Funny.
Yeah. What other desserts would you make out of your enemies, Dickie?
Well, cupcakes come to mind.
Yeah.
They can do a dozen, half a dozen, multiple dozens easily.
Who are you blending up to make cupcakes with? Is this talking about like Votan?
Votan would be a good cupcake.
Yeah, that's fair. Those twinks over in the orc faction, who's making cupcakes?
What about chocolate, like a cookie product, like a chocolate chip cookie product? What do you think they would go well with that ground up?
It would be like a ration pack for your commissar because of the new Imperium policies. They no longer are allowed to shoot the people. They have to offer them cookies. So like, hey, buddy, you want to get back? Far
less grim and dark.
You want to get? It's these tourists threw it in the game, Dickie. But he's like, do you want to get back in the fight?
No.
Like, no. Like, oh, you want a cookie? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, gotta get back in the fight. You want a cookie? And then he goes back in, and then he gets shot. So you never actually have to give them the cookie. So the cookies aren't edible. They're just the plastic reproductions.
Jesus. You paint such an awful picture of the 41st millennium.
I do. Up next, we have this here. What are we looking at here? This is a question from our Discord.
Oh, it's clearly is a female custodian with a big two-handed sword, maybe?
Big two-handed something. Guys, if you can make female models for things, please stop giving them gigantic tits. It's at this point getting really hard to convince my wife to let me play games. Because it's just a space marine.
Yeah.
But with enormous knockers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, it happens, I guess.
Please stop. Yeah. No more of this.
Please stop. I can't do it anymore.
Next up, this one here was also asked in our Discord. Kriegerbot Chad says, which Black Library novel, other than The Infinite and the Divine, would make a great anime?
Wow, a lot. I think there's only really one that comes to mind that would be able to pull off the majesty and unbelievable action that Nemesis is. I think an anime would really do that justice. It would probably bring that book. Finally, it's been shot down so many times as a bad book. You know what? An anime may bring that into reality.
Going along the lines of that,
yeah,
there's a really old book called Space Marine. I think by William King. So you know it's a good one. And it's pre-lore. There's a lot of random stuff in there. So you have it takes place on the Imperial Fists recruiting world of Necromunda. They recruit like grown adults. It's a weird book, but I think in an anime way, it would be pretty good. Sherman Kibling is saying Cyphus Kane would be actually really good as an anime. That's a serious answer. Lost in the Damned would be good as well. I think the Araman series would be really good because you could do some magical shit in anime really well and cheaply by reusing the same shot over and over. But there's a lot of good anime there. And Dickie, I have one more serious question for you before we move on to our game. Will you push this button? 99% chance of $1 million, 1% chance of becoming French. Well, the Podsider Discord knows to ask us questions about what we know about and not 40K.
I think I'd push the button.
You would push the button?
Yeah, eat baguettes, drink wine. It seems pretty close to what I'm doing now. Yeah.
I was going to say today I feel French. Beautiful. Dickie, I've been watching a lot of Netflix recently and other shows like that.
Yeah.
And I saw a really, I believe AI generated, but cool video of a man taking a knife to a rhino and asking himself, like on this next slide here, is it cake?
Cake.
And it was in that instance. So, Dickie, are you ready to play? Is it cake? Chat, are you ready to play? Is it cake?
Yes.
Hell
Man.
yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so we're got just a couple test ones so we can kind of read the room and see where we're at.
Okay.
So first up, this is our first one here. Dickie, chat, is this cake?
Okay, so I need to define something, right? Real quick. So when we call it cake, are we saying it needs to be like a cake product, or can it be? It can look and also be cut like a cake. I need to understand the full cake quality here.
Dickie.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you. Is this cake?
No, this is clearly a watermelon.
That's correct. It's fruit.
Okay, good. Okay, great.
You got the point for that. All right. Up by one, Dickie. Chat. Joel, you said watermelon as well. Great job.
Good job, Joel.
Pickle, you just said yes over and over again. And
super excited.
Joel, as I let Dickie know, I'm not answering any further questions. I'm just asking. Let's go to the next one. Is this cake, this literal piece of cake, Dickie, is this actual piece of cake?
See, and I think you're fucking with me. So it's gonna be oh, this is like a facsimile of a cake. I'm gonna say yes, this is cake.
Yeah, I said so many times. It's literally
I know, but cake. You always fuck with us, okay?
I do. And this is why I said this bit's either going to really work or it's really not going to work. Joel is asking worst prices redacted. It's much harder to do when I
Only
cannot
one
control
person
the
does-
slideshow.
yeah,
And there's,
sorry.
so soon. We'll come back soon here. But yes, this is cake.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, we're getting a little harder now.
Yeah. No,
A
this
little
is.
bit more sculpted.
I was gonna say this.
Now I'm going to
is-
ask you a more specific question.
Yeah.
Is this cake, or is this an AI generated image of a Lehman Russ I put in after 30 prompts?
I'm gonna say this is cake, John.
It is cake. Yeah,
Oh,
it's just a cake.
man.
I didn't really put any effort into it whatsoever.
Thank you for that.
It looks great, though. I got to say, if my wife made that for me, I'd be very happy because I'm assuming.
I can tell you what his turret's a little limp. It's got a limp turret. That kind of gave it away.
That's turrets of a certain age get that way. It's a Lehman Russ. It's not a Rogel door. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Next up, Dickie, is this cake? Chat, is this cake?
Okay, I'm gonna wait for chat to help me. This is really tough. This one.
Also,
Yeah.
would you be upset if I played a cake on the tabletop instead of a Lehman Russ?
If it was sculpted as a Lehman Russ, I think I'd be okay with it.
Every time you do a wound, you get a little slice.
Yeah, hey, give me that turret over there. Yeah. No, this is not cake. Thank you.
This is no cake.
No.
Everyone in chat saying no.
No way.
Not realizing how much I fuck with people. Zoom out. Next slide. It's a cake.
Oh, it's just models on a cake, you son of a bitch.
Excuse you. That is art, sir. We have a Blood Angels chaplain beside a
Why would I
Black
have a
Legion.
Blood Angels chaplain and a goddamn?
You know what's weird is because I just bought that model, so I know for a fact it's a Blood Angels chaplain.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
sure.
Is my birthday soon? No, my birthday is in like 7 months. But thank you for thinking of me already. All right. Next up, Dickie, chat. Is this model of a Hellbrute cake?
Well, see, it's not a model, John. That looks very much like a picture.
That's the kind of shit that you would pull. How dare you?
Okay, so you've been fucking with us for a while now. Chat, I think he's fucking with us again. I think this is like a picture on a cake. I could just feel it in my bones. I'm gonna say this is cake.
Go to the next picture. That is a model on a cake.
Yeah, that's some orange lava. That looks
Well,
delicious.
lava's pretty hard to pin its place. It looks CGI because I zoomed in really hard.
Well, fair enough.
But it also answers a question of what happened to all those old Dark Vengeance sets, because that's the Dark Vengeance Hellbrute in front of a Dark Vengeance Deathwing Terminator. And what looks like a Chaos Marine taking a piss behind that wall. Which is
what's that guy doing back there?
That's not lava. That is Chaos Marine urine.
He has to go.
Joel saying that's a pancake. BS. I don't think so.
Fair enough.
So I think it's just a skinny cake. All right. And then I have no idea how many of these I've got.
Just that's it. That was it.
That was it?
Well, unless you have more. Wait.
I don't. Thanks everyone. Let's get this all set up.
Yeah.
Dickie, congratulations for winning.
What did I do?
This is cake. We can go back to the desk now.
Yeah, I like the desk.
Yeah.
It's a safe space.
People loved your win. And is this cake?
They all one people love my win. That's great. Good news.
My original concept for that bit, by the way, Dickie, was just to put pictures of actual cakes and ask, "Is this
Just
cake?"
fuck with me the whole time.
Just fuck with you
You're bound to get me.
the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the game I came up with today. It's been a heck of a week of work. I know that doesn't go, but yeah, good game, guys. Everyone's a winner. It was all cake.
Won.
apart from the watermelon, which is not cake. That is just fruit prettily
See, I was
arranged.
worried that you would consider, well, it's a watermelon cake, Dickie, and I would be upset with you. But thank goodness that you knew that it was not. It was a piece of fruit.
Yeah, that's true. Free Radio Armageddon chat saying this desk setup is nice. We should ditch actually more content more often. Yeah, like when a couple weeks ago for a joke, Dickie put us on the old signals from the Frontline set.
Yep.
And we actually really liked it. So we're like, we're just going to steal that because they don't need it anymore.
That is true.
Yeah, we stole it. So we're going to be at the desk a little bit more.
It's more intimate. It's an intimate setting.
It is. It made me realize really how far away the desk was, and how everything else was. But we're going to do some more improvements. I think
we got a new intro that doesn't cost us money now, which is nice.
A new intro. Oh, that was good. That was very quickly put together. Thank you for the Grimcord for saying no to K-pop. There is a K-pop version in the Discord, and then. The literal cake was cake, Vic. Yeah, I was just trying to fuck with Dickie. I sort of know in my brain that I can get him to question whether actual cake is cake by telling him over and over that it is cake.
But also, like, you have to, there's so much set up to that. Like, you have to, like, chat doesn't know this, but at the beginning of the show, you like to play this funny little game, like, my mic doesn't work, remember? Like, I can't hear you kind of thing. And that's a real fun game to play 15 minutes before the show. Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I got a mute button here.
Hey.
No, we did tech solve that. Turns out that wasn't a bit. That was just me having one of my 5 audio dials turned down. So I couldn't hear.
Perfect.
That's good.
The best part was you blamed me. You were like, well, it's clearly your fault. And I was like, no, it's not my fault.
It was clearly your fault, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So Dickie, what's coming up in the world of Dickie this week? You got a tournament you're going to this weekend?
No, I'm just doing dad duty stuff this weekend. It's been a lot of my lovely daughter's in competitive cheerleading. So she's 7 years old. So it's really cute and delightful. So we're doing a lot of that. But no, I think my next event is in 2 weeks. So I've been testing some CSM lists that I've been excited about. So yeah.
I have been show you is my pile of jump pack intercessors.
And they're red and you just throw them like they're worthless. I love it.
I did. Like, yeah, these are my little boys. We're working on
great actually. Look at that.
Yeah. Little 3-stage dry brush action. I know I was always scared of painting Marines, and like when I did my Black Templar army for LVO a couple years ago, I didn't enjoy painting the Marines at all. But then in hindsight, it's just because I was painting white on black, which is an awful time. But these Blood Angels, I'm having a great time putting together. I said have like little like Dreadnought boy who looks really cool too, and then just putting together all my jump packs. I'm painting up 18 boys of gold, which I'm very excited about getting in the Pacific Northwest here.
That's awesome. Yeah, gold. I always found gold really like satisfying because it's really the GW. Well, like I'm sure you're using other paints, but like the gold, then like you just do a contrast paint. I think what did I use? Not Gilliman Flesh. Maybe Agrat's doing. There's some a contrast paint that I put over top of them, and it like looked unbelievable.
I'll tell you my gold recipe. I spray. I bougie. I use a GW primer.
The gold primer.
The GW Retribution Armor
Gold
Gold
pay you
primer.
too much. That's the problem. Okay.
That's true. Then after that, I do the Duncan Rhodes Too Thin paints, flesh wash, and then the Too Thin coats paints. Dragon's Gold, then Glistening Gold, and then I do a real light dry brush of Mithril Blade, which is a really light silver, and it comes out pretty well, I think. If you want to, I know we're kind of like here, like look at Dante's abs.
It's Dante.
Out of focus, but yeah, that's my little gold boy there.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of fun with these Blood Angels. I'm excited to kind of take them out, and I'm going to lose a whole ton because I'm used to playing armies where I have about 100 models is my average for armies over the last couple of years. So I'm used to throwing shit forward and just dying but not caring. So Space Marines are going to be interesting when I have to care when stuff dies.
It's I think you just need to do the whole threat overload like stage, and then everything goes out and just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Basically how you're gonna play.
It'll be an interesting few months. My next big event, I think, is going to be LVO. Just from life stuff happening and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's just kind of getting in the little ones until then, and then we're going there.
Yeah, John the meta jumper. You're right, Joel. That makes sense.
Yeah. Joel, do you want to know why I have a Blood Angels army now? It's because I went into my local GW store and there was one behind the counter, the army box. So I was like, I'm going to buy that, and I did. And
she didn't ask him. She didn't ask him what he's painting or what he's working on, so you had to get something to.
And he didn't even give her the chance. I was like, that one.
I choose you.
Good, yeah. But yeah, awesome, Dickie. Thanks for hanging out this week, distracting us for the awfulness of the political Guy Fawkes night. Don't want to think about that fire.
I know. I don't even. Do we even look? Like, do you look now? Do you wait till tomorrow? What?
I got a box of wine over there. I'll be fine.
Okay.
But we will be back next week at full strength. We will finally do the review of our Warhammer Plus show. The one with the Knights.
I
keep forgetting that because then it wasn't here, so we're not going to do that. But yeah, we really here Grand Theft Auto Dark. We want to highlight the amazing content that Warhammer Plus does, because it gets a lot of stick. Everyone's like, that's not worth $5 a month, but as it really is, or whatever it costs now. I haven't actually checked. So we'll be reviewing the 30-minute night movie that's on Warhammer Plus next week. As well as playing a game. Maybe we'll subject Danny to Is It Cake, and I'll do it like the original style. He doesn't watch this shit. So we'll do the original style where I just show him several pictures of cake.
It's only a game for Danny. He'll be immediately suspicious of what's happening, though.
We'll just rig it so you get all the answers right. Is it cake? No. We're talking about Is It Cake. Then there'll be like one model hidden behind the cake.
Yeah.
That'll
do it.
That'll do it. But yeah, for Grim After Dark, I've been John.
I'm Dickie.
And then go ahead and hit that new intro as an outro.
New intro?
As an outro.
In the grim dark future there's no time for fun, but when the day's battles are said and done, John, Danny, and Dickie are here for a laugh. In a galaxy torn, they're the ones with the craft. It's Grim After Dark, where the bolters spark, where dread knights nap and orcs embark. Tune in, grab a pint, and don't be late for tales of heresy and a healthy debate.